Every person has a story that shapes who they become. Some stories are filled with celebration. Others are marked by loss, silence, and quiet moments that change us forever. For me, creativity was never just something I loved. It was a language that helped me understand myself and the world around me. Because of the barriers I faced, I wasn't able to pursue many of the dreams I carried as a young person. Somewhere along the way, I stopped creating altogether. I became an avatar of who I thought I was expected to be, while the light within me slowly began to fade away. Ironically, it was while I found myself standing at death's door again and again that the flame inside me began to return.
I'm Mallory Angell, I'm the owner and lead mural artist with Rare Revivals. We are based in Warren, Rhode Island. So I am a mother and a partner. I am a person who values kindness over all things. And I am someone who's just trying to spread a little color and joy in the community and feel really rooted in that community. And, provide a life of balance, work and life and fulfillment and all the things. As a kid, I was pretty crafty, we'll say. I was into anything and everything that was creative. I took a few art classes and whatnot, but I always felt the pressure of being graded on your art. So I didn't really, once it became that level of kind of a competition or evaluation, I really kind of shied away a bit and went towards the math and sciences and the healthcare field. And then I came back to it. I think I had really a best friend who was always telling me, "Oh, she's so talented. You should be doing this as a job. Why are you doing this for fun? And don't do that for free." And lots of people that were encouraging me to move on to paid work for my art. So my main inspiration, based on the clients that I serve, is what is their voice trying to say. What are they trying to present to the community? So a lot of the clients that I serve are women-owned businesses. They are, small businesses. I've worked for other large corporations, but the small businesses is where it's at. And they are, presenting all different styles, all different products. And so I try to just tap into like a feeling that they are going for, an aesthetic that they need to present, ways that using large-scale art to, promote their business and to build revenue. So the majority of my projects are based on that. They're doing historic figures in hydrant form for the 250th 4th of July. There's a Warren 4th of July committee. So artists from all around are volunteering to paint characters that were previously created for this project. So I have a few that I'll be painting before the 4th. Anything really that helps us feel like we're pouring into the community.
I've thought a lot about what really motivated me to make this into a business. And my partner in crime, my other half, we've been together 11 years. And he is a small business owner. He owns his own IT company. And he was so encouraging. He just made it feel like the overwhelming hurdles were really small. Anything I didn't know, he was like, "Oh, this is how you do it," or "Oh, this is all you had to do is this," and he would, kind of help minimize the challenges and make it feel really approachable. And he was so encouraging. Like we sat down at an anniversary dinner when our babies were little, and I just I got to do something creative. Like there is nothing fulfilling about this anymore. I've got to branch out. And it's like, oh, well, why not do this? And that day he bought the domain for the website and helped me figure out a name and a logo and all this stuff. And he was just very concrete about moving forward. This is just what you got to do. Absolutely, you can do it. And I would have never pictured myself as an entrepreneur as a kid. if there are too many unknowns, it just feels like it's too big of a challenge to take on. And he was really instrumental in helping me like break down all of the challenges into small, like digestible parts and take on one at a time and just keep moving forward until I was full-time. I had no idea I would ever go full-time. I always thought it would be like a side gig, you know. I didn't know that there was that much possibility in the art world. And little by little, you've grown to full-time and keep on growing. So I do owe a lot to his help and his motivation and encouragement. So, yeah.
I mean, I think that was happening in the early years of motherhood. Things were just chaos. And my kids are 2.5 years apart. So having a couple of kids stripping with babies that are like 2 and 4 were wonderful years, but also it felt like I was ignoring a part of me that it really needed to come out to kind of thrive. So I started creating anything that inspired me. Sometimes it was, scrolling through Pinterest and seeing something like, oh, I can make that. You know, I've always had this idea of anything is possible, everything's figure-outable, and I could just customize something to my taste or to my family's needs, and I would make something. Or, a family friend wanted something, and I would be like, oh, I could do that for you. And that really helped me feel just more in touch with who I don't know, it felt more true to me. You know, the healthcare field was wonderful. I loved helping people. I worked with the elderly population the majority of the time, and they're some of my favorite populations to work with. And I felt like giving back to people was really helpful and really fulfilling. And I just found a different way of doing that with art. And so when I don't create, everything feels a little more dull. Feels like something's lacking. It's a fantastic form of therapy. You know, the art therapy that I get from being stuck on a wall for, 6 to 10 hours a day in silence if I want it to be silence, or, listening to something that's, personal development wise, and just me and a brush, like all the stresses kind of do melt away, or you work through something while you're there on the wall, and it's just been incredibly helpful. I never realized how much alone time I needed, loved until I started doing this. I'm like, oh, I couldn't live without this now. Yeah. I think that I've got a parent, got a partner. I'm more true to myself, and I've been able to create my own, just boundaries around what I care about, what I'm going to put my effort into, how I want to set an example for my kids of following your dreams, and to just really give. If you believe in it, you just give it your all and you see what happens. You can always figure it out as you go along, and you just got to take the leap and do the work behind it, and have it just fuel you. So it's been a huge savior. I mean, I was we'll say burnt out, but of course there's a lot of other words that associate with that. Through the pandemic, it was really a struggle. I felt like I couldn't be present the way I wanted to be, that I had very little control. Of course, as many of us felt, we were, had very little control in our surroundings, and our health, and our everything at that time. And being able to create and to try to build something for myself in this business has been, a lifesaver. It's everything. Being misunderstood is always a big fear. Over-explain, but you want to ensure that you're seeing in the way. I always want to be understood as someone who is, kind of all else, trying to be supportive of others. I don't want to be misunderstood as someone who is I don't know, just in it for the money, I guess. I'm very much like all in on every project. And so I want that to be seen. In ways, yeah. I mean, there's always, it's interesting to paint in public, right? So a lot of people have this like very private practice of being in their own space, kind of dressing however they want to dress in the moment and setting up their environment however they want in the moment. And I'm doing all that like on the street, so you are absolutely exposed to people's comments. I had really good experiences so far, pretty badass to be like fun, heavy machinery, trying to paint a 20-foot wall in a boom lift. I'm really much a fan of that. It feels powerful to do that. It feels like I'm able to kind of showcase a capability I always thought I had, that I can accomplish big challenges, and it's all very fun for me. I actually prefer the public art space. Being in a smaller community is actually really beneficial. Not to say that you feel like a big fish in a small pond, but that you are able to get closer to the other fish in the pond, to know other artists in the area is really helpful. To know of their successes is motivating and inspiring. To see that in just a very small space. I'm in like the smallest town and the smallest state, so to see that there's so much opportunity for an artist in even these tiny little spaces is really encouraging. I just wanted to, give to my community. That I kind of romanticize the idea of living in a little town, being in the same place for decades, raising my family here, that I just wanted to support where I could, and leave a mark behind that may or may not get painted over years later, right? But that there was this feeling of kind of just believing in your town and the people that run the town and the people that are in all these little shops and their dreams and just supporting everyone the best we can so that we have a community that we're proud of. I love Warren, though. There's so many different artists. This is a young artist gallery. We just passed a new establishment that has this really interesting mural in there. There's lots of artists in the area, but I'm lucky to be a part of it. Mostly just start, there is nothing wrong with trying and failing and I feel like we learn way more from our failures than we learn from our successes. And so if you just try it, there's nothing holding you from just starting. I am someone who is just very curious about the world around me. I'm curious to learn about others, human nature fascinates me, and the motivations behind how people behave fascinate me. I am someone who does like to kind of soak up the little moments and stop to smell the flowers. And when no one's looking, I like to be kind of like a little sloth too. Like the winter hibernation mode, just hanging out in my bathrobe and, getting real cozy in the winter. That's great. And then other times of the year, I can be pinned down. Like I gotta get out and go. So there's a balance to it all, I guess.
Mallory's story really resonated with me, especially about the missing parts we don't realize we left behind. Though it took some time, I found myself drawing again, painting again, writing and creating music, and planning my first art exhibit. I was creating. again. In those quiet moments, I began remembering the younger version of myself. I was reminded that strength continues to grow in stillness. That time is one of life's greatest gifts, and how we spend it matters. And that the desire to create never truly leaves us. It simply waits for us to return.